What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. We've got a side quest story mission in store for today's episode. Gonna go talk with our hacker and see what's going on here. There we go. Okay. I need to talk to you. I have a family problem. You've got to help me. What is suddenly so urgent? It's about my brother Nick. That idiot signed up to die for Chemco Salvage Company. Not one of their salvage barges. Exactly that. Why didn't your brother just ask you for some money? Oh, we don't talk much. But signing up with Chemco? They don't just let you quit. Yeah, Chemco is infamous for sweeping up the desperate below street level. You sign up, you work their barge, and you die. Then somebody in your family gets a little life insurance cash. I've got to take care of this, otherwise my brother is dead. Family aren't friends, you don't get to pick them, you know? But why is Nick suddenly signing up? Well, my mother needs some Medi-Op, always had bad lungs, so Nick signed up. You two really don't talk, do you? I know. Neither of them told me about it, but I need your help. And so we can add some more info to the dialogue here. Going on one of those barges is a death sentence. No one ever comes home. You know you were going on that barge just to get the life insurance payout for someone you left behind. Below the street level, what they are offering is still a lot of money. For a month tour picking over the ruins of Chicago or Philadelphia in a death sentence? Not a good deal. I'm not trying to defend my kid brother's choice here. Whatever we might think, it's a good enough deal that a lot of people do it. Chemco vacuums up new blood from the slums constantly. Because we street people are cheaper than robots. You know I can't let this happen. We don't talk much, but this sure as hell doesn't have to be the price to save my mother. You pay me more than enough for my work that I can sort out all the medical bills myself, but that doesn't get him out of Chemco. So like your brother had the right reasons, just made very wrong choices. Nick's a good one, really talented, and he stuck by my family after I lit out, but nobody survives more than a few tours, picking over the bones of the old cities. Nano, radiation, storms, crap equipment, nobody lasts. Has your brother asked for help? Once that salvage barge takes off for Chicago, there isn't any coming back. My kid brother is young and dumb, and gonna get killed for nothing. That's all I could see. No, he never asked for that. He never asked, but that didn't slow me down. I shouldn't have, but what did you do? I tried to boost him real easy like. He just walked right out of the gate, just that easy. I was waiting to pick him up. B tier or not, they don't do low security. Didn't get far, did he? Not far at all, now he's locked up in a prison inside the training facility. Not leaving us a lot of good options. So, we're entering on our side now. I don't really want to be... I don't want to be rude to him. You know, it's like, why would we interfere? Are we gonna have a problem? So, well, okay, what would he do with another shot at freedom? Maybe sign on with us? He got his jack at age 8 and has been skating ice ever since. You know he is a skilled hacker because no corp put him in chains. Then he went all sacrificial and joined one. You think I'm good at what I do, just wait till you see Nick in action. Doesn't change what you're asking us to do. Sorry, doesn't change that you're asking us all to take a risk on this. Well, if my vote counts for anything, you know where I stand. Upsell always has our back, and now we need to give him the same. Well, Nick's full recruit record can be seen in the roster, and we can consider our options if we delay. Let's go ahead and accept the mission, of course. Timeline sounds tight, but we can make it happen. You know I can trust you with this. We're like family, all of us. You won't regret it. Time is pretty short. We'll have to plan our hit on Chemco quickly. When the time comes, I'll need to go along to convince Nick to come with us. Short timelines, big megacorps, no pay, just perfect. We can see his record in the roster, and Sibling Breakout is ready to be planned in the Command HQ. So, this is Nick. This is Dade's brother here. If you want to, double check what Dade is like, he has some bonus AP we can level up through Digital Rush. He has some will and stress resist, which is honestly reasonable for being a hacker overall. And as far as his baseline stats, well, minus health is not the worst thing ever, but 4 tech is decent, 2 will is okay. This guy, again, more tech, same amount of will, longer jamming, which is nice, and actually has a negative combat talent here. So I wouldn't say he's necessarily a strictly better hacker. I think it's like relatively comparable. But unlike the hacker we had sent away recently, he doesn't have any hang-ups around facing certain factions, so he is generically applicable to all sources, or all missions, all offers, whatever. Anyway, as the rules of the challenge run are to have unique classes only, we're not going to hire him long-term, but we'll still free him. That's going to be fine. Hacking Station is up. The nice thing is they added a update today that updated a lot of new leverages for the hacking station. And so some of these are new for me. This one's old. This one's new, though, which is really IO buff at a 0 for the turn. That's really, really nice. That's 1 turn of 200-something IO. That's very good. That's actually really, really nice. I like that a lot. First time seeing it, but I think it's quite good. Seen this before, seen this one, I think. Yes, these are old, but this one's new, and honestly, this seems pretty good. I would totally use that. Anyway, we have a field op center. We should use it for Sibling Breakout here. Passive leverage is great because passive leverage pops on each stage on its own. Active leverage has to be consumed once. Passive leverage pops on every stage. And Sibling Breakout is a 2-stage mission, so awesome. We're swimming in it. Bonus initiative, AP, and move points in the first turn. Absolutely take that. And so we can go ahead and plan Sibling Breakout here. It is a power level 5 mission here, so what that means is the enemies are midway through the progression. Okay, fine. We can run this dialogue real quick just to see what's being said here. Have you thought any more about hiring my brother? Technical whiz, huh? We cut our teeth together, Nick and I. You won't be disappointed. It will be a chance to get Nick off the streets for good. Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah, so we can buy this to get a leaked loot box manifest to see what's in all of the loot boxes. I don't care. We're going to grab them all anyway, so there's not really a point there for me. Sibling Breakout itself, to be fair, is due in 10 days. I've got time here. I could do things in a different order, but I don't care enough. It's fine. We'll run it early, and then when Puppet Master is done, we can run this and bump him, and that'll be kind of reasonable overall. So, yeah, no tokens and field ops. I could wait and have some time tick down, right? We're going to get a new token in 2 days and change. If I wanted to, you know, throw another token in, I could. I just don't care enough. Similar for the hacking station, there's a little bit of value here, but I don't care enough, so even though we could delay, I'm not going to bother. We're going to run the mission here. Now, one thing I will do... Okay, I should min-max a little bit here. I'm going to let some time tick forward, because I want to get a lot of these missions kind of stacked up. So, I take it back. We're going to let some of this go forward here. This room's getting cleaned up. We're going to go for the SimStream Detox here, so put in some cooling. Okay, fine. Nah, I'm going to take it back. We're just going to run this. I don't care. What I will do is send somebody into the SimStream Trainer, so that someone else can gain XP while we're running this. Yeah, we can't send that face, that's what I assumed. But, basically, I think putting our soldier in so that he can gain some XP, so that he can be equally powerful as a sniper or so, seems pretty reasonable. Have a decently high-level combat team, I think is important, so we'll send you in. He'll gain 60% of the XP that everyone else gains, which is not bad. We basically get a 4.5-person squad in terms of rewards, which is not too bad here. Anyway, let's actually run the squad here. It is the default stealth squad. This is going to be the same for most of these missions. Yes, I could run the Vanguard, but I'm pretty happy with the squad as it is. And not much more to bring up here, I think. Let's go ahead and run the mission. Okay. We're inside the South Cargo Field. The facility is 1/2 prison, 1/2 training ground, and 1/2 dumping ground for cargo. So I'm hearing we should keep an eye out for anything valuable they've dumped here. No, you're hearing all 3 halves are a prison, and we're here for my brother. And that is the primary entrance to the prison. The main entrance is across the yard. And here is a matrix host connected to it. I'll need to get access to the terminal in the nearby office to bring that security barrier down. Or, alternate entrance. There's another entrance, an underground subshaft, but it's locked tight. You need to find a blue key to get in there. Well, you all know why we're here. Let's get this done. So, blue keys are intended to always be optional objectives that you can get. They are not progression required, but they can make your path easier overall. Anyway, of course, we have guards here, so we've got Chemco guards up to PL5, so, you know, solid health totals. They've already got pretty solid armor here. Looks like we have no upgraded enemy types just yet, though that could be coming later. Let's switch the highlighting to not show vision cones forever. I think it makes it kind of ugly. But I do want to see outlines of guards themselves, make it easy to pick out. So the question is basically, do I want to let any of these guards move to start the turn off? And I think the answer is yes. You're the only one who's really endangering me. Let's see what you're going to go do. And it stands still. Everyone else doesn't really matter right now. But I can go ahead and pop Tactical Surge. And if I go loud with the AR, he's going to hear me and he's going to hear me. I'm expecting you to run away. Usually, however they spawn guards, they're going to patrol, they're going to walk, sorry, they're facing the way they're already going to walk. I'm going to assume this is going to be a square like this. This would be what I'd assume for this. I don't think it's going to turn back and forth. It seems like a bad spot for it, but making a square would make sense to me. Which means if I want to knock him down, it's easier if I kill him before he moves. Now I think about, my build to get line of sight, coming down to like here or something. Like that's pretty playable. I would expect to kill both these guards before they act, and so I think I'm going to say, you know what? Let's run up to here. We double check the data on the weapon. The noise radius is 35 meters. This guy is, well, also 35 away, but let's hope the game is rounding in my favor. Yep, it is. Good news. With him having so little health, I'm going to switch targets here and aim at scarier guards. So, of course, he's suspicious. He's heard gunfire once, but he hasn't made visual contact on my character. So, because he's only heard gunfire once, he's not, like, what I'm going to say, fully suspicious. And so we still have a pretty good accuracy thanks to the surprise target buff. Really great crit chance here. And so the plan is now going to be as efficient as possible. I'm going to run all the way down to 1 AP. And use that to take a shot right here. That should be pretty decent. Of course, I'm already spotted. This is not likely to be very accurate, but hey, I get a 1 in 3. Wow, nice. Go me. Alright, well, good start to the Cyber Knight here. Now, next thoughts are who wants to go where. So there's a loot box here I want to grab, and I want to start this host as well. And it's worth noting that this camera is likely to turn back and forth based on how it's mounted. It can easily turn, and that's going to overlap pretty clearly with the Matrix host, which means it'll see my hacker if I can't knock it down. And I can't guarantee I get to the security control unit right away when I get to the host, which means someone's got to take this down manually, but probably only for 2 turns, and then it can be knocked down in sort of the normal way. So what that means is I think it's okay to have my Agent EX run over here, knock this guy down. Also, I think his body's not likely to be discovered because it's behind where the camera is, and so I can signal grift the corpse, and it's not likely to matter. Whereas this one, for example, this one, I mean, there's a chance this camera turns far enough to see it. That's a possibility. So I want to dissolve that probably. So the plan is, let's go from here, which means I can shoot while being unseen. We'll just spend the 2 action points real quick. No one else can do the gunfire. That's a guaranteed kill. Even a glance would have killed. He had 1 HP. I'm going to go ahead and line crawler this camera now. I'm going to run up to here to signal grip the body. We get info on a lot of new guards here. So we've got a chem captain who's got a shotgun. And pretty good durability here. Has some armor as well. We've got a guard sniper over here. So, again, decent health here. Pretty solid armor. Snipers do have longer vision cones than other units. So I think captains do as well. But I know snipers do. And so the amount you can play around certain characters changes based on who they are, basically. If I can get in range for a stun, I'll do it. Looks like I definitely cannot do that. Yeah, so you're going to act at some point this turn. What I think I want to do is actually... I might want to let this guy move and then throw down Tox Cloud and try to, like, start poisoning whoever's over here. Venom Trap here is good as well. In fact, there's a little bit of concern if his patrol is to turn around, because it's possible it is. I'll need to look ahead this and make sure that we're not getting caught out. But the ideas are like, yeah, I can run over sort of here, and I can Venom Trap him, and that's decent. The shotgun's too loud. There's, no way these guards don't hear it. But going for, like... Yeah, I think letting this guy run, and then looking to Tox Cloud or Venom Trap down the line, I think is correct here. I guess we can all wait. There's no reason not to wait for this guy to go move, so let's go ahead and delay everybody here. Alright, what are you up to? You are running forward, good to know. And you're going around maybe in a square. That's also good to know. I'll have to stop you before you see his body, but that shouldn't be a big problem. Your initiative roll is 16, which isn't slow, but isn't immediately a concern for me. So I'm going to go and run toward the middle here with the HDX. I don't think I'll need to proactively smoke. I think it'll be fine. Even if he sees me, I think he'll run out of AP and not be able to shoot, so I'm not too worried yet. I think we're going to go ahead and split up a little bit here and have the Scourge run up for a Tox Cloud. So I'm going to run him to here. He's going to be out of audio range. We might get new info on guards here as a result. Let's find out. Yep, new guard there. Okay, actually a couple of new guards. Looks like, yeah. So 4 all in this area. I'm expecting people to be, these 2 to be standing still. I expect these 2 to keep moving. So I'm going to try to aim it in such a way where I can get as many guards as possible. I want to clip this captain, but I also want to hit these guys if I can. So I'm going to aim it kind of like this. And that is likely to hit all 4 guards eventually. And then also, just for good measure, I'm I'm going to throw a Venom Trap down. And this is the guy who's most likely to be scary for me, so I'm just going to Venom Trap him now. And so he will die on his own, taking 150 a turn over 3 turns. I'm going to run back and try to dissolve this corpse because I want to get as little tally as possible. So I think a pretty successful turn there. You know, yes, my turn is running around using 2 abilities, but went well. Got another captain here, by the way. That'll be an experience since he's going to be tanky and in cover. But I can at least run up and use my hacker. And this is going to be a loot host. The mission critical one is over here. But loot is good. Can turn off some cameras and whatnot as well. We in fact get a little dialogue here. That terminal probably contains a wealth of routing data for cargo and salvage. Let me jack in for just a few minutes. Sure thing, buddy. Get me some free money. Get me in there. Alrighty, so was not able to buy any pre-game leverage here. Expected, but I can load programs and probably make some decent progress. Let's move forward. Let's see. Do I prioritize AP or security tally? I'm going to prioritize AP because I came in kind of low on action points. And with 60 per escalation, I'm not too worried about this. So 5 tallies at the end of the world. We've already found some loot. I'm going to go ahead and load trap because there's clearly a trap here. When you download, get blocked. Okay, fine. Nice. Good stuff here already. Let's move on. We've got AP cost damage to connection. I think I'm going to risk the connection health because blue hosts don't have very aggressive escalations. And that ultimately means I'm not terribly worried about my connection health getting low because the escalations won't be very aggressive and thus won't damage my connection very much. So we'll preserve AP instead. Go down to 10. Get another scan. I can load one more program here. What's going to be tough is this stuff. It's going to be pretty annoying. A lot of active ice here and probably traps as well. So I can load sleeves to max out AP. I can walk forward, and it's worth noting that with this having 2 things on it, being a data warehouse, and this being another data warehouse, there might actually only be 2 nodes on this. So I can connect here and then stop. Oh, actually I can already pop this because I have just enough action points. Cool. So I'll scan to be safe, but I'm pretty sure that there won't be a trap here. I guess we'll see soon enough. So pretty decent start there. Looks like Venom Trap bounced. We're stuck in a very zoomed in state, which is kind of funny to me. Alrighty. So, yep. Signal Griff buffed is on. Turn 2 started. Line Crawler bounced. I did not see where Line Crawler bounced to. Oh, it went to this camera. Right. It went over here, so that's kind of nice. That's kind of funny that I got kind of locked there, but whatever. Also, yeah, Toxlab moved forward and caught these guys. They all took damage as well, so pretty good stuff. And it should catch this guy before the end of the turn, which is also good. Let me verify what you are doing. And it is turning back, which scares me. So I'm going to kill this guy. If I use the AR, he's going to hear it, so it can't be with the AR. Which means it's basically 1 step forward and pistol is the primary action here. And we're going to hope that... Actually, you know what? I need to make sure Sprinkle goes early so that he can clear this kill if it's going to be too tough. So spend 1 action point for this. That way my entire team gets to go before this guy. And we're just going to... Well, I mean, I could run up for a stun instead. But I think we're going to be fine with the pistol still. And so we take some damage onto him. Nice crit. And that means he's going to die here. Oh, glancing hit. Not quite dead. Okay, fine. Sprinkle is going to have... I'm going to have him yield and let Spanner go first. He should have no big issues. If I attack from outside of sight range, the accuracy is going to be better. That's probably worth it. So hopefully his corpse doesn't fall too far back, such that you don't see the body. But there's a chance that happens here. Silenced SMG going to be solid. It's going to guarantee the kill no matter what. Down you go. That's that turn being done. And I'm going to run up and go for a dissolve here. I'm out of vision cone. I think the corpse fell far enough away anyway, but again, this camera turns back on next turn. And this only has 3 turns to go until his body timer is gone. It's not enough time to run all the way up, do stuff, and come back, so I'm probably going to spend the next turn just running back for this corpse, and then coming back to where I was. In order to prevent the tally and delay further escalations, I think it's worth it. Would like to knock down security devices on this hacker. I think it's going to be a little bit unlikely. Yeah, so no, I just scanned. There's no second trap, so I was right. 3 per turn. There might be better here. Yep, 2 per turn, or action. So let's load stuff. So So I can either go... Actually, I have to go through here no matter what. It is a, like, hard checkpoint I'm going through here. So I can skip this node entirely, but I need to go here. There's likely at least one trap. I'm expecting, with these having 2, that these should have 3. There's likely one trap here. Let's see how bad the ice is. Unload program's not the worst. 5 tally's not the worst either. Looks like the trap is not aggressive. That's kind of nice. There are actually 2 traps. When you load a program, when you load a program. Okay, don't load any programs. Got it. Scans. So now I'm scanned. I now know where the CPU is. I have to make sure I do not load programs here. Okay, fine. Move over. Null op. I lost scan 3, but we can see that we damaged 1, 2, 3, 4 things, but only 3 of them died. So something is still here. I need to load programs to find it. I have no IO left. I have no idea what's actually here, if I'm like getting hit or not. So I have to load baby scan, because I don't have enough IO anymore. If you use a program, steal AP. Yep, I did use a program. I did lose AP, but... actually, I guess I haven't used a program yet, so... it's active, sure. I'm at least not getting a bunch of tally per action as far as I can tell, at least. Maybe I am, but I don't think I am. We just gotta attack and kill it. I could disarm first. Disarming would block the 15-sec tally from destroying it. If the ice is active, or like not fully disabled, this line triggers. At the end of the day, I think the plan is... I think we just destroy it and it's fine. Down it goes. Of course, we get a lot of tally here. We're going to escalate again right now. Okay, it was a blank one. Cool. We spike the CPU. Okay, it is possible for the game to have what feel like blank escalations. And, you know, you hit the escalation, like, count, but nothing actually happens. Usually for easier AIs. So, neat there. There should be a trap. Yeah, this has floating things. This should be a 2-piece. This should be a 3-piece. So there should be a trap here. Deception U. The trap is, again, not aggressive, which is nice. It's load a program, so that's going to be chill. Sleaze this. Don't load any programs. Move down. Come to here. We can load Deception. There are likely to be 2 traps here and no traps here. Let's go in this order, then. Let's walk over. Damage to connection, any action. Okay, Deception. Block download access. I think it's going to be 2-piece, so I'm not going to bother. Going over here. Need to load Sleaze again. There'll be 1 or 2 traps here. Let's connect. Let's scan for the traps. It's this. This will steal AP and generate tally per action. You can see it here. So I got to disarm you. Okay. Let's scan. Well, I can't anymore because I have 2 action points left. But there's another trap here somewhere. It's probably going to be like on download or on leave. So we'll take that down next. But a fairly fruitful turn, all things considered. Then we'll come down here and knock this stuff down. But it's worth noting that we don't have a good way of keeping the keeping that security camera offline. We kind of pathed away from it, unluckily. So you can't see anything. That's fine. You're guarding and poisoned. You're walking around. Oh, okay, you're going to maybe turn back around soon, I'm going to guess here. You're like going up and down the bridge, basically. You should be poisoned next turn. It's going to be close, I think, though. You're walking through the poison, whatever. You're going to take damage, no big deal. Alright. It's not going to reach, looks like. That's okay, at least they take damage. And end of turn 2. Okay, so plan is let these guards waste their turns, but then find ways to clear them out. Shotgun's too loud. Melee weapon's going to be okay, but I can't even get to attack range without running out of AP. Well, it's probably going to be... Well, no, I said I was going to go ahead and dissolve, right? So looks like dissolve is not quite going to reach. It's close. I mean, I can check to see, but it likely won't go through. Let's run to here. Let's see if dissolve reaches. It does not. I'm not surprised. We'll go to here. That'll clearly be in reach. We'll knock that body down, no problem at all. Sniper patrolling back and forth. Okay, fine. Grunt captain or guard captain is staying pretty still, which is expected. Sniper is making a pretty large patrol path. That's going to be a little scary because it will eventually end up where my people are. You're chilling. You're going to die at the end of this turn. Okay, going to turn back soon. Actually, one scary thing is you're going to die in sight of the enemies, and so that's going to be its own small problem. What do we have here? Load a program. Okay, we're not going to do that. Got it. Drop sleaze. Okay, so these downloads are done. Good news. 3 tally per action is good enough for loading programs. Let's go. Oh, I need to unload attack to fit scan. Yeah, let's go unload attack here. Let's load scan. And I think I'll load disarm because I'm going to have to use it. Nah, it's not guaranteed I need to use it. Okay, let's not load that for now. We've got to passive ice here. AP cost. Program loading, not necessarily required. In fact, it's... Well, okay. If I want to null op, that would work there. But I think realistically, we go here, and we just reload these programs, and this will look pretty decent here. So the trap is exit the node. The passive ice is not a big deal, because it's always going to be block remote control. And so damage to cyberduck and damage to connection, both of which are very ignorable. I'm not worried about either one. I guess we'll just go in this order, because why not? And then we'll go ahead and hack all the devices. We actually just barely got them in time. I forgot, I think I took plus duration on Line Crawler, which makes my job a lot easier. I forgot I had done that, but that's pretty useful. So that is basically everything being claimed. I don't want to walk here just to see if there's a download. It's not worth the anguish of this node. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the downloads. We got a bunch of devices. Fairly successful hack. Disconnect with no damage taken. Positive stuff overall. Yeah, the tough thing is... You at least will turn during your turn, but you're just going to walk forward and you're going to see his corpse when he dies at the end of the turn. So that's going to be a whole thing. You're walking. Are you going to get out of vision? Oh my gosh, he's actually walking past. Weirdly, he's not going to get spotted for a while. That's kind of amazing. They won't see him until next turn, which is still, you know, honestly pretty soon, but it gives me something. All right, so we got to basically run forward here. Now, you're going at 14, which is not that scary. You're going at 16, but I can be behind a wall. Like, if I go somewhere like this, and I'm blocking line of sight... Oh, I gotta be careful not to get seen. Okay. Let's go like this to start, which gets around that first part of the vision cone. And then if I walk in like this, I'm not going to be seen by you, because I won't have line of sight. But if I'm somewhere like this, I don't get seen by you. I'm outside of your vision cone, outside of your audio cone. We have to make sure we go first at the start of the next turn. That seems very doable. For the Cyber Knight, do I have the ability to stun from range? Not just yet. Okay, so the Cyber Knight has to do something kind of similar, which is kind of walk around the vision cone a little bit. I mean, I could run to here and then duck. That would actually work and is probably correct here. So we run to the outside of the vision cone. Spanner already did well on initiative, so I'm not super worried. And then using ducking, thanks to these boxes, I'm going to be hidden here and I can get a little bit closer, which will allow me to eventually go for an atomic stutter. One thing I could do is instead early interference spike. I could roll poorly on initiative. It is possible to do so. I guess risk aversion says don't be too spicy here. Just drop him to the end. And then we can have the team pretty cleanly do well running forward. While the hacker joined this crew, he'll help with knocking all these guards down, and then he'll come with everyone else coming across the map. That should be fine. It actually might mean that it's unlikely, but I was considering rewinding my Scourge, having him run across to clean this corpse out, but it's really unlikely to work. I don't think I have the action points for it. Alright, cool. We managed to poison that last guard. The guard in the front here is going to be dead. Alright, so. Yeah, you're dead. No one sees you until next turn, but this guy will see the corpse, and it's unlikely we kill him. These guys are as injured as they're going to be. This guy's going to take his damage. They're all, you know, not going to be dead. They will report a dead comrade, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, so the plan... Yeah, I really can't be loud, especially with this guy being a captain. He's very tanky. So... Darn, I really don't have great ways of getting this kill quietly. This SMG is just loud enough to be annoying. Do I have good ways of shredding his armor? Really, no. The Scourge is far. It's going to be just dedicated hits, which will take a while. We can stun him at least. Right now, Atomic Stutter does... yeah, it doesn't have any extra tags on it yet. You can upgrade Atomic Stutter to get like a minus armor and crit vulnerability and things like that. I don't have that right now. So I think the plan is simply basically go somewhere where you're not going to hear the gunfire. You got to get a little bit farther back, right? Like where I'm standing right now, you can hear gunfire. So I should have thought about that actually and taken slightly more precautions. One thing I could do is go for Shuriken Wave, which would give me some better hit chance. One thing to note is that this guy is in low cover, which means the hit chance is not great here. And if I go for something like Shuriken Wave, I can make this a lot cleaner. and make him easier to kill. In fact, I can even run here. Hitting both of them isn't a problem. Shuriken Wave does not wake guards up. It doesn't startle them. So I can like get a free debuff there for basically nothing. But I can only spend 3 action points to get there because it cost me 2 to move and then 1 to cast, so I can only spend 3 action points otherwise. And some of that's going to be like actually running to not be in earshot range. So it's like, okay, I can spend 1 action point going here. This all just kind of sucks, right? I think Shuriken Wave is worth it, but I can't use Shuriken Wave and my gun easily. If I go here, yeah, I'm not in range without, you know, getting hurt by this guy for the gunshot, so it's a pretty annoying situation. I don't want to waste Shock Mine. I have to stun him before his turn comes up because otherwise he reports me and probably shoots at me and whatnot. I think it's not worth it for Shuriken Wave, at least not yet. I'm gonna take a step back and just shoot the SMG a few times, and it is what it is. So we take a step back. Accuracy will be pretty bad, and we just gotta suffer through it. No shot! I shredded first hit. That is incredibly lucky. That's wild. Well, we should still be unseen by that guy. If I'm wrong, I'm very sad, but I shouldn't be seen. And we're somehow winning a lot of coin flips there. We did way better than expected here, right? So now, we've got some progress to make. I'm going to go to here, basically. And the goal is run up to 3 AP. I'm going to stun you. Because your turn is, you know, coming up. I'm not going to kill you right away. Even with your armor being reduced, it's still not great. Hit chance is decent here. Thankfully, coming from over here, he's not quite in full cover anymore. Or, like, half cover, so this allows me a little bit cleaner of attacks. You're patrolling and finding nothing. You are turning to the side, and... okay, I'm far enough away that it's not a big deal. You're coming closer. You're walking in a square, it looks like. You're chilling. You are still protecting this area. You are going to see the corpse. Yep. Okay, you're going to start investigating, which is very wise. So, takes the initiative to say, hey, something is wrong. Let's try to figure it out. Starting the investigation pattern. And then, yeah, revolver, really no shot here, but I can come up to here and go for SMG's shots. Or, sorry, pistol shots. Try to wear him down. Turns out I actually might not need the stun. If I get really, really lucky, he would die anyway, but that is absurdly lucky. I have gotten incredibly lucky here with my attack rolls. Anyway, you've got to dissolve this corpse. Let's have you join with the team. We don't have to kill this guy, and in fact, I'm going to try not to. There's just extra tally for no reason. That would eventually show up. But for now, we're going to leave the team, or sorry, stay grouped with the team, just to make sure everyone is like kind of comfortable and safe together. Alright, so there's a report of a dead guard, which means not only are we getting an escalation because of the tally, and they're relatively close by, but someone's going to be probably told to run to the side of the corpse and investigate. Indeed, they're sending Gakko to run over there and investigate. He's going to keep running around randomly. He's going to hunt and see if he can find the culprit. Unique, I believe... oh, especially with Tactical Surge here. Let's pop this. I should be able to run by unheard and get out. So, 3 AP in. This camera's still down thanks to the hacking. There's the blue key. There's some red cubes as a first aid kit. And then basically just... okay, so I gotta be not too aggressive here. But let's book it back out. I think just running like this is fine. I'm not worried about these guys. I think they're all far enough away that I'm, yeah, just not concerned. We're going to hug this wall and come up this way. Try to bypass this out of the house as much as possible. We could come down this doorway, but I'd rather get the loot from the host here. So yeah, run this way. Get away from everyone else. And yeah, most of the team's going to run this way, basically. I'll run a little short here, so that I can kind of be behind some cover and wait. This camera gone for another 2 or 3 turns. Yeah, the next 2, so this and the next 2. Gotta get out, you know, relatively soon. You're on patrol. You should not see my people. Ooh, that was close, actually. Move quickly enough that the cone didn't fill, but that was actually a real danger. I didn't think about that. Thankfully, it's fine. Let's keep moving most of the squad here. If we're going to run over, it's going to be, yeah, somewhere like this. So let's park you here. I think that's going to be fine. I'm not worried about him walking over and seeing me. We can answer him in time. It's not going to be a big deal. You're doing your normal patrol. I'm just going to make sure I hug this side of the map for now, in case that this patrol gets weird. You never know. You're turning back and forth. You see nothing. You've been told nothing, and you've seen nothing. Okay, yeah, so you've been told to go investigate this corpse. So you're going to move around randomly, as the other ones have. Not a big concern here. You've been hit by Tox Cloud. And there is... Ah, darn. Their basic patrol is actually going that way. That's not good for me. Alright, well... Makes my life a little bit harder, but it is what it is. Just basically run the team forward then. And... Yeah, hug this wall. Probably throw another Tox Cloud down. But we should be doing pretty well here in getting out. Sprinkle has Tox Cloud up already. I need to go probably 2 action points forward first. Yeah, coming from this side is probably correct here. So I can Tox Cloud kind of from like this. So a few action points were wasted, but oh well. Then I do have Signal Grip back up, but there's no one running over here for this body, so just going to run straight forward to this. Doing okay so far. Alright, well, their patrol is on that side of the wall, so not a big deal. Go ahead and let's keep yielding and letting the guards all waste their turns. This is until the end of next turn, so she's still safe, but I want to be careful to not get caught by you or these guys, so I'm actually going to stop here, which is in good cover. She can always duck, and then I can spend the rest of the turn running out later, but these could run over and spot her, so I want to be a bit safe. In fact, you're in a similar boat here. So I'm going to have you spend 2 action points. Throw down another Tox Cloud over this way. He wouldn't die on his own, so we would need a Venom Trap to be killed. To me, that is worth it. So let's Venom Trap you. Okay, these guards are now dead. And let's go keep hugging the right-hand side wall. I'm feeling very safe. Yeah, you're patrolling as we expected. You're going in a square as we expected. Alright, you're still hunting, but you'll die to poison in the end of the next turn. So as long as I can keep you from not seeing anything during turn 7, you'll be dead. It might require gunfire from us. Just because I expect to be walking through his path before then. Your hunting's getting a bit closer, but I think we're still fine. You're down AP and move speed, so yeah, not getting a whole lot done. Alright, I'm feeling like we should play pretty aggressively here. No one's going to see these corpses. You're taking 150, so you're really at 105 health. You're taking 75, so you really get 60 health. And I think we should claim these kills. So the goal is going to be... Yeah, the goal is to get what we can. Let's go here. Let's go here, shoot, reload, shoot. Actually, I should really be yielding to everyone else. Since he's got the... his action points mean the most. Since he's the guy with the hacking aptitude. So, this guy's not heard anything yet, but he's going to in a second. I mean, ultimately, I think I just kind of made sort of silly choices here. I think I played... Actually, you know what? No, we should definitely Shuriken Wave. So if I go up here, I will be in range of both of them. Shuriken Wave will hit both of them. Yes, I get spotted. Okay, fine. So you're not quite dead, but you're easier to hit now. You're at 20 health. You're at, 60 or something. Somehow we've managed to walk past your vision cone just in time. Like, he just barely doesn't see us, but realistically, this is still the easiest hit to go for. Good luck, buddy. Don't screw it up. Okay, that was a glancing hit. Actually, it might not have been. He's not dead yet, though. Unique is very far away, which is becoming a problem. I did not divvy up my action points well. I don't think we're getting both these kills. Which means we're going to get reported on, and that's going to be really bad. Mistakes may have been made. Yep, mistakes have almost certainly been made here. So, I do not have a way of killing both of these guys. Okay, actually, I kind of have a way. The problem is it makes noise. But it's better than the alternative. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to run to here. Yeah, I didn't plan this out correctly, but it is what it is. I'm not going to throw an AC grenade. I'm not going to throw a smoke grenade. They're already in combat. This is a guaranteed glancing hit from proximity. And this guy's just kind of overall very low on health, right? So what I can do is I can shoot the revolver once, get a very, very likely kill. So, okay, here's the thing, right? I must shoot the revolver once. I must shoot the pistol once at the very end of the turn. The revolver always costs 2. The pistol can cost 1, because the pistol has to be the last thing shot. If I run here, I get a guaranteed glance from the revolver on this guy, but I have pretty high recoil, and I can't guarantee this kill. If I go here first, the revolver is not guaranteed to kill, though. And I don't think I can get within 6 meters, right? There's really no way. So, here's the logic, right? My best chance of killing this guy is right now, 78%. The longer I wait, like if I revolver, this guy first, and then use pistol here, my odds get lower, right? Because I'm going to get recoil from the revolver shot. The alternative is to run up here and revolver this guy. I am guaranteed the glancing hit no matter what. But I only need 20 damage in the first place. What I'm concerned about, though, is having a glancing hit with this gun that doesn't do enough damage behind the armor. Because all I need is 20 damage here, and all I need is 22 damage here. But he's got armor, which means 20 damage is actually, right, he's only taking 23%. I need to actually do closer to 90 damage. Now, the base damage of this is more than 90, but a glancing hit can be as low as 30% of the damage output, right? I think ultimately, the best way the odds go is revolver here. It's a 78% chance. We make gunfire noises. Of course you missed that. Of course you missed that. So what I could do is make more gunshot noise and just kill him. Or just stick with the plan, walk up here, take my one shot. I'm very likely to get the kill. And that's with the debuff too. I put Shuriken Wave on. Darn. Well, I was due for some bad luck eventually. So yeah, guaranteed a glancing hit. Let's hope it does more than 20 damage. It did 10. I'm killing neither. So that's what I was afraid of. I got the worst of both worlds. So that's my fault. That's poor planning. One thing I didn't even check was what their initiative scores were. Only Sprinkle outscored him. He can get the kill no problem, but yeah, they're going to report on me. I'm going to get an escalation. We're going to get a lot of guards motivated. And that's my fault. I played too aggressively. Tox Cloud will not quite kill them. Orders received from at least 3 reports of dangerous intruders. We're going to get a full escalation as well. Yep, reports of gunfire, indeed. Alright, what do we got here? So escalation level 2 is going to be body timers, which means we're going to get extra tally, and we're going to get probably another escalation next turn, no matter what happens. They are sending 1, 2, 3, 4 guards to intercept. Makes total sense. Yep, you've been told to come investigate. You will likely see, but not have action points to be able to act. Maybe I'm going to be in Overwatch? No. You're running over. You're just barely out of vision range. That's good news. And then this guy just did nothing because he's not part of any combat pattern right now. You're at 17. I've got to get out of the way. That's not going to be a huge problem. You're going very soon. I've got to kill you. I've definitely got to kill you. So run up here, swing a bat. That is a guaranteed kill no matter what. You're always gone. Goodbye to you. Now, this guy will die to a swift breeze. Stiff breeze, I guess, is really the turn of phrase, but whatever. Toss Cloud's going to be decent no matter what. They're not going to be able to engage me just yet. You're at 16. I'm going to yield and actually let more of the guards have a turn and just kind of see what they do. I'm going to go ahead and reload here and go for kills. We do have to knock this guard out during this turn. But the UAR is too loud. So I'm going to step out here. I think, yeah, somewhere like this is fine, actually. Step out here. Full auto SMG. This kill is basically guaranteed. This one is going to be some damage. Only 80. We didn't hit very well there. It's too bad. But we get another second shot here, which is going to be mediocre, but it's something. We miss. It is what it is. She's still going to report, so we got to be careful. You've been told nothing by the AI yet. And you got to start cleaning up some kills. So the revolver would be too loud. These two would hear it as well. Well, it's got to be pistol. And realistically, to shoot 3 times is going to be half decent. It's not amazing. An alternative is to run forward a couple of steps. If I get to here, she won't be obstructed anymore. My actually goes up by 10%. But 3 hits at 2/3 is going to be better than 2 hits at 3/4. Expected value there is higher, so let's just pistol. I'm expecting 2 hits. If I get 3, I'm lucky. If I get 1, I'm unlucky. I'm lucky. We take those. Okay, it's Cyber Knight's turn. Now, she is relatively safe where she is, because realistically we're pretty far from a lot of these guards. Well, okay, you're in kind of a scary spot for me, actually. That means I'm going to run... Ooh, can I get... I can't get a good line of sight here, realistically. Yeah, I can stand up here, but I'm really worried about these patrols being good. They haven't even gone yet. Right, so it's like, you have to go, you are going to go, you are going to go, and you're useless. But these guys all moving means they don't want to be up here. I think I'm okay being this far up. I think it's acceptable. But it also means I'm going to have to use Brainworm to get hurt and not report, unless I get very lucky on the shot. And that'll have to be the play. So, yeah, the play is dodge the Tox Cloud, run all the way up here. If I get really lucky, she's dead, but that's pretty unlikely. I have to lay a really high roll on damage. Ooh, I high roll on damage. We take those. Alright, well, cool. I got unlucky on these two. Also some, misplanning. But I got lucky on that one. So, yep, you're running towards me. Probably going to Tox. Okay, investigating based on corpse. Makes sense. Oh, we're... There we go. Yep, you totally see me. That makes sense. Okay, fully alerted. Makes sense there as well. Did not win initiative. He's going to walk up into Tox as well. I'm definitely getting spotted. There we go. He's doing normal patrols. And guess what? We have guards to deal with. So you rolled a 14. You rolled a 14 as well. That's not terribly scary. You saw fewer people because he's blocking the line of sight. So I'm going to Brainworm you because you're the one who's going to tell on me more aggressively. So Brainworm is going to cut off a little bit of the escalation. And he's really tanky, so, it's a little bit less dangerous for us overall. Okay, well, this is getting a bit messy. I really want to play this mission very stealthily, and I did not do so successfully. So 2 more guards have been motivated, because, of course, intruders have been reported, and a body timer ran out. Yep, okay, fine. Man, this one is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Part 1 is not normally very fast for me, but 45 minutes is usually, to me, kind of on the long side. This will probably end up being a 2-parter video, because I don't really want to upload 2-hour-long episodes. That seems a bit much to me. Do I want to know what you're going to do first? I am really tempted to throw a Tox Cloud somewhere like this. Or sorry, a smoke screen somewhere like that. Just to block off some of the movement paths. Because that can really be a bit of a problem. Don't want to go UAR. That's going to be too loud. I'm going to run to here. I'm going to SMG them. Nice shred. Good job. I'm going to go ahead and line crawler this. So we can start making forward progress with the hacker. I'm going to spend my action point trying to kill this guy. It's going to be unlikely, but I got nothing else to do with the action point. And then, for an abundance of safety, we're going to throw smoke screens somewhere like this, so that he's always safe, and anyone walking down this way can't see me. And if I need to have them end their turn in the smoke, they can do so and be safe. Alright, you've been told to move. You're running forward, but you're seeing only smoke, so it's not a big deal. It's Unique's turn. Yeah, we have to kill this guy. And in fact, oh, shoot. Right, Upsell and Sprinkle are going after him, so he has to die. Which I think is, very doable. Or I have to use, pre-computed or interference spike to make it look better. But the first 2 shots should be on target. That's a really good crit. I'm about to get a guaranteed glancing blow now. So you're down. Double crit is pretty great. You found a body, so you're going to probably proactively search as well, which means I'm going to yield. Because I don't think you're going to be reaching me to scare me. So go ahead and have your turn. You're hunting. Not very successfully, though. You're patrolling. Not very far, though. You've been told to go act, but you're not close yet. You're going to go investigate that. And as I expected... Okay, you're going to... Oh. You're hunting the wrong way because you didn't know. Well, you are a brainworm. Is he actually? He's not going to attack. Okay, he's getting in position. That's actually a bit of a concern for me because that's an inopportune spot, to be honest. If I run my hacker in, he gets for sure spotted by both of them, like full view. That's basically unacceptable here. So none of these people are actually alert and in combat yet. So like theoretically, the weird thing is I could choose to like not care and say, yeah, you see me, so what? And say, screw it, there's no more stealth, it is what it is. I'm gonna delay and let everyone else have their turn first because, you know, they can actually clean this up a little bit. So you can't do any real combat, and your gun is super loud. I think legit, I'm just gonna send my team in and be like, yeah, I don't care. We're going loud, you're gonna see us. I'm just gonna try to beat you on initiative and just be far away from these guys, which, to be fair, is kind of real. Although when Bramer runs out, you're gonna be a real problem for me. You're dead just to poison. These guys are far enough away. Yeah, we're throwing caution to the wind and just kind of going YOLO here. And I have enough tools from the Cyberknight to do initiative manipulation and get to a decent spot. I think, anyway. So you're in bat range of one of them. Good enough for now. Okay, so your initiative roll is decent. You're far away. You matter. I gotta be careful about you. Your initiative roll is actually pretty good. I think the plan is run 1 AP forward and then drop your initiative. Just to make sure we can attack you first, and it's not going to be a huge problem. Although I'm really worried... Well, yeah, if you're going at 20, you have a very real... Okay, no, here. We're going to take it a little bit differently. We're going to use look ahead. Look ahead is -2 initiative. Now it's fine, right? Now you're going after enough of us. That is not a problem. Should run here through the smoke. And then you guys are already in combat, so what's seeing one more person? And we're going to have Upsell just run in there. All right. Stealth has been cancelled. Stealth has very clearly been cancelled. Toss Cloud goes decently. The guard is missing. Intruders have been reported. Yeah, the guards are all going to be... And the thing is, they are being sent to the updated location because the AI, again, got new info that, hey, there's a guy with a bat right here on this location. Let's go. And so they're sending the chem doc and, you know, whoever else they want to send. So, you, though, were not motivated, and so you're over there. Checking a couple things real quick. Stats in the chem doc, big shotgun, good health, good armor. That's all. Because we've seen the other stats already for the other guards. So you're going to have to reload. You should have really no problems walking up and going full auto on these guys. So here we go. Yep, likely to work if the bullets all land. No one else can hit the gunfire. Good news. Decent hits. Decent hits. It's enough that we can clean up. It's enough that we can clean up. Alright, so everyone else goes before you. I trust my CK can get this kill. Oh, nice crit. Good job, buddy. Let's go here. This is you almost certainly dying. I think even a glance would kill. It was a glance and it killed. Might as well dissolve because I'm already here and I've already spent... Actually, this is a little dangerous. No, it's not a big problem. I think he's safe enough in cover with everything else in the way, but if you run just like this, I'll get spotted. So small danger, but not the end of the world, I think. Looks like the camera turned, although we saw him already. But let's go ahead and open this up. Open up the jail, and let's go try to free your brother. So, of course, it's been long enough that my talents are all back from cooldown. Big host here, double active. That's going to be kind of annoying. Say 40 escalation one. I'm probably going to go and block... I'd still rather block connection than tally. Let's start with the right. Let's just kind of clean out the entire host. I think it'll be fine this way. Damage to connection. I might need program loading. I will. So we got to go like... Ow. Okay, we're losing some deck health. That's not a good thing. Not a good thing for me. Let's hope there's no traps. Or at least no traps that we care about. No traps. Great. Okay, that's that part done. What are we connected to here? This door, of course. A camera, and a pressure sensor. I don't care about these too much. And the door is never locked behind a red one like this. They're green when they're a, like, mission-relevant thing. So, nothing special going on just yet. We can move down, knock down the tally and connection use, scan for neighbors. Double passive ice is for sure going to be annoying, so I have to stop now. Sadly, I am stuck on AP as it is. Or sorry, stuck on IO. I have the AP. I could choose to run up and null op to keep a little bit more forward progress. I think I will, and I'll just make sure I use rewind to give this charge back. So we knock them down, we get some tally as a result. We actually now know where the CPU is, which is here. That's worth doing, but I'm going to hit rewind so I can null op and do everything else next turn, and keep the progress going pretty cleanly. So, again, all the guards I care about are already dead. Tactical Surge, I think, is not needed right now because we're not running into many things. What I mean by that is we're basically already in position. So the action points themselves have very little value because we're not in combat anymore. We're not running across the map. We're basically just going to post up here, wait for the guards to have their turn, and then, you know, if they show up and actually threaten us, we'll fight them. But we can just kind of run to the corners here and wait. Security AI in the ear, hunting, and you're dead to Talk Cloud here, no problem. You're hunting, you're not close enough to be dangerous. You're running straight towards us, you're hunting, but you're not close enough yet. And you suck. And that was your entire turn, okay. And, of course, yeah, oh, shoot, I didn't think about initiative. He might be going before my Agent EX. Thankfully, he's not, but by the skin of his teeth. Well, actually, he's going for the EX, but he's not going for everyone else, which means I can manipulate. But, whoops. That was incredibly lucky for me. Alright, well, Upsell's going to keep hacking. We know we're going to use null op. I'm going to not load any new programs yet. We're just going to go here. Ow. Let's see. Did I get everything? I dealt damage to 3 ice. 3 ice were destroyed. We got what we wanted. I'm losing programs. Yeah, so yellow things are definitely scarier. We've got optional downloads here. Let's make these happen. So I need these two. I need trap and passive. Let's scan. When you download, okay, fine. That's done. Go here. Need to load scan again. Let's see what the trap is. It's when you download. Okay, great. Those are gone. Let's move here. Let's scan. It's 2 traps and an active ice. Okay, that might not be a big concern. Oh, wow. These are rough. If you take any action, restart all the ice. If you use a program, steals AP. Damage to cyberdeck on any action. All these really suck for me. So you know what I'm going to do? Null op. And they're gone. Now, it still cost me quite a lot of tally, but it was the best way out of that node. Take the download. Scan for neighbors. 2 passive ice. Not going to be a huge problem. Let's go in good order. So, program loading first, because I'm likely to need to load programs again. Oh, right, I'm out of IO. XD. Here's where I need to go. To be fair, I couldn't have gotten around this anyway. Nothing could have really been done. If I had gotten rid of the connection use one, I could have walked here and got rid of the active ice and actually made more forward progress. I should have realized one must be the RCU, and that I could have simply played for that more aggressively. If I'd thought more clearly, I would have actually known that it would have been safe to take down only this one, and then just kind of deal with whatever's in the next node. But I have to basically wait for next turn, load sleaze, knock this down, then go here, clean up the node, and then from there I can disconnect. So it's one more turn stuck here hacking. Now, the big concern is that you are in a combat state, and you currently don't have good enough initiative. So, Tactical Surge puts him ahead of Jibo, but realistically, you are no longer brainwormed, and my entire team is spotted, which means he's going to try to deal some real damage here. And so, just stunning Jibo might not be good enough, might not be effective enough. It'll be helpful, it'll do something, but how do I play this out is the question. The thankful thing is you have a shotgun, so you don't have range. So even if you, I mean, you know where we are because you're alert and we're spotted, but you can't kill us or even damage us this turn. Which means as long as I play the initiative like roulette correctly, it's not even the roulette exactly, but as long as I play initiative correctly, it should be fine. This guy needs to die. We just kind of go full auto. It's too late now, but I really should have considered running up for a stun, because I cannot guaranteed control all this. Okay, so one way I could guarantee a stun is literally run up all the way here and use the club for that. I think that would be very, very stupid. What I can do instead is run up here with a shotgun, and that'll give me a stun. It's not pretty, but it'll certainly be effective. It'll wake everyone up, though. They're going to hear the gunfire. But that'll give me enough AP to run back to cover down here. And that makes this fight relatively safe. I think it's my best option. I could have thought about it more, but this is fine. So this is a guaranteed stun, even if you miss. We get a hit anyway, but again, even if it missed, it would have been fine. I'm going to throw Toxic Cloud generally this way. We're going to clip him and then likely hit him. And let's be safe and hide and cover. This guy's going to have no chance of shooting me, which is good. Let's have you end your turn there. You've heard gunfire, but you're not doing enough to turn around. You need to go clean this up. He's stunned. He will not quite die to poison. This guy, I'm going to shoot once just to get him low enough that he's going to be... He's taken care of, I think, now? Yep, okay, he's dead on his own. No worries at all. I'm going to go spend these 2 action points and hide behind this wall here, which should be good enough that I won't be able to be shot. And then once this guy has his turn, we'll act again later. That's the risk I'm taking. I think it'll be fine. You're low on AP. I think you can't shoot me. If I'm wrong, it's going to hurt. Oh, it's going to hurt. It hurt. I misjudged the action point tally. Yeah, he's almost dead. And his armor shredded, by the way, so he's going to take a lot of damage from future actions. You have no accuracy because of that? Sure. You're going first next turn, but I can stay hidden. You're not in combat. Okay, I need to make sure I can bypass the cover here. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Alright. Mistakes have certainly been made. We go full auto here. Only you two can hear the gunfire. Not a big deal. That's really good damage. That should actually guarantee the kill with poison. It does. Good news. Let's keep you behind this box here, please. That should make that relatively safe. You're going to stand there. Ow. That hurt. That really hurt. More guards reinforce, but there are no new... Well, there's going to be reports of gunfire, I'm pretty sure. Because that shotgun blast was loud. But no one has had visual confirmation this turn. Okay, yeah, you're hunting. You're in the poison, but we're behind this box. Alright. So, we're done hacking this turn. But he can't make it around until next turn, so we're not immediately able to get out yet. These guards are all pretty far away. I guess I'm going to have you yield. I'm going to have you run. And kind of hide back here. So you're like a little bit more... Like more easily able to evacuate you. Because you're not going to be in combat anymore. There's no way. Mistake to run into that camera. That was a bit of a goof, but oh well. I'll just yield you to be safe. Just wait. Let's finish out the hack. Let's load Sleaze. Drop you. Let me just load Hard Shell so I can get more deck shield. And what do we have here? So, damage any action, connection any action, and remote controls. Okay, well, drop you, scan for a trap. There's no trap. Sleaze this, open the door. Here we go. Door is open. Breeze on through. The door is unlocked. Nick is waiting. Let's get inside. Alright, that's everything that I wanted done. We got our, 3 sets of downloads. We got the door open. We did get pretty gravely wounded. Oh my gosh, he actually makes it on this turn. I forgot he still had action points. Okay, wow. Glad I only yielded and didn't end the turn. We can probably get the entire squad to safety. We could be done this turn. I did not plan for that. But I didn't realize that he had already had his turn before Tactical Surge, so he had the carryover AP still there. They're hunting, but I should be totally safe to get out. You're stunned. You're on normal patrols. You've not been told by the AI to do anything. And it is time to GTFO. Alright. Sucks to take the damage. Spanner is going to have to be really, really scared this entire mission. I will probably burn a medkit if I have one. Yeah, I do actually. Only have the one, but it's worth it. They weren't expecting anyone to just waltz through the front door. From our brief, this should be the sleepy night shift at a boring corporate prison. If we get trouble, try to keep it quiet. Alright, part 1 complete. And yeah, seeing as how we are already an hour in, we are going to attempt stage 2 in the next episode. So thanks for watching. and I'll see you next. Well, here, I will open this up because I can't save exactly right now. We'll get to the start of the mission, and then I will start over on the goodbye. Welcome to Kemco's little prison paradise. Nick is locked up in a cell block just ahead. The detention center terminal would control the prison doors for this wing. The prison cells are going to be a tougher crack than the main entrance. I'll need more time. The other option is to find the red key somewhere in a facility. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for me. I will see you for part 2, either by going to the next thing in the playlist or tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this. But again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.